Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to Equipped for Worship, the podcast for small church and bivocational worship leaders and pastors who are doing big things in small places. I'm your host, Chuck Harris, and I'm so glad you're here today. Whether you're a returning listener or brand new to the podcast, welcome. This space exists to encourage and equip worship leaders and pastors in churches like mine, smaller in size, but rich in heart. I've been leading worship for a little while now, full-time at a rural Southern Baptist church in Kentucky, where we're passionate about helping people worship in spirit and in truth, week after week. And believe me, I've lived every single topic we talk about here. Last week, we opened up Season 2 by talking about the heart of worship, how it's more than a set list and more than a performance. Today, we're going to talk about something very practical and very real. How to lead a great worship rehearsal, even when half your team cancels. Sound familiar? Yeah, we've all been there. Let's dive in. Let's be honest. Worship rehearsals in a small church can feel like a roller coaster. You've got a plan, you've prayed over the set list, you've carved out the time, and then the drummer texts, "Can't make it tonight." The soprano says her kid is sick. Your bass player just remembered it's his anniversary. And the keyboard player, well, they thought rehearsal was tomorrow. Suddenly, your perfectly balanced team is down to just you and the sound guy, and he's still trying to fix that hum in the monitors. Here's the thing. This is not a failure. This is real-life ministry. And part of leading well is learning how to flex where the plan changes. I'm reminded of Proverbs 16:9, where it says this, "A person's heart plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps." You see, we plan our rehearsals, and we should, but sometimes the Lord allows our plans to shift so we learn to rely on Him more than the spreadsheet. Let's talk about the goal of rehearsal. The goal of rehearsal isn't perfection, it's preparation. So here's where it gets deep. We've got to ask ourselves, what is the purpose of rehearsal? Is it to get every chord right? Every harmony locked in? Every cue flawless? Or is it to prepare our hearts and our teams to lead others into the presence of God? Colossians 3:23 and 24 reminds us, "Whatever you do, do it from the heart, as something done for the Lord and not for people. You serve the Lord Christ." Yes, we want to play skillfully. Yes, we want to eliminate distractions, but more than anything, we want to show up ready to point people to Jesus. And that starts with preparing ourselves first, even if half the team doesn't show up. So when you step into rehearsal and it's not what you hoped, remember this. This is still kingdom work. Rehearse with heart. Lead with grace. Use what you've got and trust God to fill in the gaps. Okay, let's get practical. You're in the room. Half of your team is missing. What now? Well, here are a few ways you can still have a meaningful and productive rehearsal. Number one, reframe the moment. Instead of seeing it as a loss, see it as an opportunity. A smaller group can mean deeper connection. It can be a time of mentoring or focused growth. Number two, run the set anyway. Go through the songs with whoever is there. Practice transitions, tighten arrangements. Focus on the flow, even if it's just you and one other vocalist. Number 3, work on specific elements. Use the time to teach harmonies, to work on vocal blend, or to play through new songs slowly. Take advantage of the quiet. Number 4, strengthen relationships. Talk, pray together, share a laugh. The relational side of your team is just as important as the musical side. Get to know them. So number 1, reframe the moment. Number 2, run the set anyway. Number 3, work on specific elements. Number 4, strengthen relationships. Number 5, record for others. Record a run through or a quick guide track and send it to the rest of them. It helps them stay connected and gives them a tool to rehearse on their own. Number 6, and this is a big one, don't vent, lead. It's okay to feel disappointed, but don't let your team fill it for you. Be gracious, encouraging, and steady. Your response teaches them how to handle ministry surprises. Use this as an encouragement. Philippians 2:14 and 15. Do everything without grumbling and arguing. That's sometimes easier said than done, right? Do everything without grumbling and arguing, so that you may be blameless and pure children of God, who shine like stars in the world. Even in rehearsal, your attitude is part of your witness. I want to pause here and just speak to your heart for just a moment. You may feel like you're holding it all together with duct tape and a prayer. You may wonder if it even matters, the set lists, the late nights, the last minute changes. But I want to remind you of something. God sees your faithfulness. 1 Corinthians 15:58 says this, be steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the Lord's work, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. Even your imperfect rehearsals, they're not in vain. Your consistency models Christ. Your patience grows fruit. Your preparation, even in chaos, is an act of worship. Don't let frustration have the final word. Let faithfulness lead you forward. So, what's the takeaway today? Well, it's this. Rehearsals will not always go as planned. But God is always at work, even in the plan B, the plan C, and the Lord help me, I don't even have a plan anymore moments. When half the team cancels, your calling hasn't changed. You're still called to lead. You're still called to love. You're still called to serve with joy and excellence, even if it's a different kind of excellence than you envisioned. Remember, God isn't asking for your perfection. He's asking for your surrender. So go lead those rehearsals with grace. Trust that God can use a humble heart more than a full band. And know that what you're doing matters, not because it's polished, but because it's worship. Well, thanks for hanging out today. I hope this episode encouraged you and maybe even lifted some pressure off your shoulders. If you've got a story about a rehearsal that went sideways or surprisingly well, I'd love to hear from you. And if you got thoughts, questions, or feedback on the podcast, shoot me an email at equippedforworship@gmail.com. This podcast is for you, and I'd love to hear how it's serving you in your ministry. Next week, we're going to talk about something that's come up a lot in conversations. Can we sing songs from Bethel, Hillsong, and Elevation? We're going to dig deep into theology, discernment, and how to shepherd your church well through those decisions. It's one you won't want to miss. Until then, stay faithful, stay encouraged, and remember, you are equipped for worship. See you then.